When it comes to successfully adopting and implementing new technology into your business, employee training is one of the most important steps in your change management process. In this episode of Tech Tools for the Trades, we will focus on techniques that you can use in your business to help get your field and office teams up and running. My name is Brian Davis. I work for Procore, and I will be your host on today's episode. And we will be joined by Misty Lauer. Misty is the VP of Accounting at Willmar Electric Service, and outside of her duties related to finance and accounting, Misty also oversees all of the implementation of new technology and all of the employee training that goes along with it. Misty Lauer, thanks for joining, Misty.
Thank you for having me.
So this topic of employee training and development for bringing in new tech solutions and software solutions, what have you seen as being some of the biggest challenges you face when it comes to training folks on tech usage?
When I think of biggest challenges for implementing new technology, two things come to top of mind. The first one is reducing the fear of change of our employees. And the second one is advancing their usage after the implementation process. When we want to implement new software, we start with the communication process early on, so that way our employees are slowly eased into the idea of changing a new solution.
What are some examples of how you all have done that at Willmar?
At Willmar Electric, in the years that I've been implementing new technology, we've digitize our entire process. So the first one was just, your simple doc management solutions. We then obviously moved on to implementing new accounting software. We've implemented new PDF software, so that way we weren't using a typewriter anymore, actually. That was kind of one of the most exciting parts of my career.
That's amazing.
Yes. And then all the way to the more advanced software technologies, AP automation, doing Procore and implementing that into our operations team and giving the mobile capabilities out to our field teams, and then also integrating our softwares. That's where we're at today, is trying to make them all talk, and so that way we can get our data out of all the softwares we use.
When you look across all the different ways and all the different methods that you all use to bring in new tools, do you have some that are favorites or kind of your go-tos?
My most favorite way of implementing software is in person. Willmar Electric isn't centrally located in just one location. We are very similar to other contractors out there where we have multiple offices and our field teams are out on the project sites. So whenever I can go to the people that need the training and work with them in person with real use case scenarios, that's the best method. When that's not possible, then I create how-to videos using that subject that would basically apply to their workday and how they would use the software, and create the videos and then distribute them out with other supplemental documentation like process maps and operating procedures that are written.
What are some different or unique challenges that you come across when you implement employee training across all these very different types of teams across your business?
One of the first challenges of implementing technology across teams is that I don't know all the players, right? So I don't know what skills they bring to the table. So identifying the super users in the different departments is important early on, so that way they can help with that implementation process or the training that needs to be carried on after the implementation. And so that takes upfront time working with those different teams and getting to know their level of comfort with technology, the software that they're currently using and how they're using it, and then their ability to help train and mentor others.
How do you identify those people across different teams being your super users?
Yeah, first, recommendations from a leader is always the first way to be able to handle it. The second one is just sitting down and getting to know their work processes and asking them to kind of show me what they're working on lets me identify how familiar they are with technology. And then most important actually of all things is asking them what's their comfort level of helping to talk to somebody else about what they're doing and how they're doing it. Not everybody's comfortable with presenting, so we don't want to put somebody in a comfortable position when it comes to training their coworkers.
So when you're looking for a super user, you're looking for somebody who beyond just having the capability of using the software, but actually somebody who could learn how to use the software and then continue to be an extension of your training team. They would actually be the ones doing the training.
Definitely. That's
Yeah,
exactly what I'm looking for.
that's great. I love that idea. Are there really specific things that you have done or really specific things you've discovered that helps when it comes to training the field on using and adopting new technology?
Yes, there are specific things. When we train the field, the first thing is we take into consideration the computer technology that they're using. Are they using Android, iOS, Windows? We also then take into consideration their internet connection, um, or how that device is going to operate offline or online. And so those are like the pre-work that we do. The second thing we do though is we build a kind of a committee around that training. So it might be grabbing a superintendent or an apprentice for us, or an electrician in our case, and getting them together with myself and another person and talk about where we need to train in that software and how we're going to do it. And then we bring that training to them as much as possible. If we can go to the job site, we go to the job site and do the training there. If we can't, then we bring them in to our office and kind of, base it around a lunch and learn and make it useful for their time to be there and learn these things.
So this next question I have is a really interesting one, and I've seen a lot of really creative ways of doing this, but uh, do you use any kind of rewards or incentives?
We have used rewards in various applications. One of the things is helping build our lean culture here at Willmar Electric. We use a reward system at the very beginning. We found it actually fails. It's not everybody's incentives are the same. And so trying to find out what really incentivizes each individual person is more important than having unilateral reward. So what we do is we really put our energy into making sure that the implementation and the training and development of the users and their continuing education program has a high level of energy and engagement. So we use a lot of gamification in our training materials, whether that's using Kahoot or we created Procore Jeopardy, those types of things, making it fun for the users to be learning.
I love how you took that energy and put it into making the training an actually a fun experience, it sounds like.
Yes, that's definitely what we feel is important. Nobody wants to go sit in a training for even a half hour if it's boring. So
Yeah, yeah.
whatever we can do to keep them energetic and attentive and keeping their minds active is what we do pay attention to when we're developing our curriculum and our training material.
So, Misty, what advice do you have for trade contractor leadership out there who are looking to develop training programs within their organization, and especially those that are geared towards training on new tech?
Well, the first thing that you have to ensure is happening in your company is making sure that the leadership are on board, that they're committed to the education and the budget that it's necessary in order for you to have a successful implementation and training and development program that's revolved around technology. It's easy for us to think about going out and buying new equipment for a project site because we can see the rewards of that immediately. But we also need to set aside that budget for training and development and the software implementation timing that it takes in order for us to really get everything rolled out, um, in knowing that those rewards come later.
Well, that concludes our episode today on tech tools for the trades. Again, Misty, thank you so much for joining me today. This is a great conversation. I could continue to go on this topic. But again, thank you for joining us. And I just want to thank all of you all for watching this video and joining Misty and I today. Have a good day. Thanks, Misty.
Thank you.